I'm Julie Norman, an equine specialist here at Hope Meadows, and we're back for a third session of yoga and horses during the COVID crisis, and in general to bring our mission of Hope Meadows here to you on the internet. So I have joining me today Misty and Daisy. Also Pocket, you may see, poke his head out of the stall, and they're in our outside paddock here at Hope Meadows. So they'll be joining us for the practice. To learn more about our mission and these sessions, go ahead and check out one of the first two videos and watch that intro all the way through. But we're gonna dive right in now, so go ahead and find a comfortable seated position, a cozy yoga space for yourself, have a couple of yoga blocks nearby, and we'll get started. Thanks for being here. Begin to breathe mindfully. Place your non-dominant hand to your heart, the other to your low belly. If it's triggering or uncomfortable to touch these areas of your body, you can float your hands just above these two centers. Deepen the breath patiently with kindness and compassion for yourself. Work with what I call expansive breaths. As you breathe in, go ahead and float the hands away from these body points. As you exhale, let them land back on or close to the belly and heart. Open your eyes for a moment to watch my movements here, just as gentle. Expanding and returning. Like the breath, our most essential self expands beyond our body. And go ahead and land the hands back on or close to these points. And continue that full, expressive, beautiful breath. Horses help us remember this true nature. Take a moment to switch the cross of your legs if you're seated like so, and begin to gently rock the spine. And actually, the spinal movement will begin in the pelvis. So on the exhale, tucking the tailbone under, pushing the spine back, dropping the chin to the chest. Call this the rounding. On the inhale, lifting tall and maybe finding a little bit of arching of the spine, opening the heart, the shoulders, the belly, the throat. Continue the full breath as if the breath is creating the movement. You may even begin to rock a little faster, rocking a few times through one long respiration. Get lost in the movement. Just feel, just be in your body, in yourself. Turn to the stillness and notice. And take our time to move on to the back. Allow the knees to be bent as you gently roll down the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Make sure the back of your head is flat to the earth. And let's stretch the feet into the sky. Roll the ankles around. Knees don't have to become straight.
The world comes to drag you down.
Flex and point. Just any movement that feels good here.
Love seems to have gone. Take a breath, she lingers on.
I'm gonna hug one leg into the chest. That other extended leg drops slowly to the earth.
All you touch.
Gently flexing both feet, big long breath. The opposite arm out to the side and guide this leg around, circling through the hip joint. Rotation, other way. Legs back in, stretch the feet to the sky. Take the other side, knee to chest, leg extends and lowers. Full breath.
The world comes to drag you down. Like your smile that keeps the darkness out.
Same idea. Open the opposite arm.
Love seems
Circle the close leg.
Take a breath, she lingers on. Turn your head to the sun. You can light up all you touch.
Bring both knees back in. One last stretch to the sky. I'm gonna hang out in a long, happy baby pose.
Let your life lead the way.
Widen the knees. You can hold the knees or reach up for the big toes or the outer edges of the feet. We're gonna stay here for several rounds of breath. Just let everything melt, open, expand. This pose is triggering or uncomfortable in any way. Just come back to knees to chest together or roll over to child's pose. Honor yourself. What you feel. Allow. accept. Expand your awareness. Begin to release. Feet to the earth. Knees together. Expansive breath. Back to the heart and to the belly. Take your time to transition slowly to a standing position. Pause the video if you need to get there. We'll start with the balance pose from mountain. Root down in one leg and simply lift the other. The foot flexed. Lower it back down slowly. And try it out to the side, keeping the toes pointed forward. Try not to lean the other way. Bring it down. Hands to the knees, circle. Knees, hips, ankles. Back tall to mountain pose, hands to the hips. Be aware of drawing up tall through the low belly. Tall through the heart, extend the leg. Lift tall through the leg without leaning the shoulders back. Float down, maybe touch the earth or maybe open right out to the side. If you need to, set the toes down for the balance. It's okay to waver. And return to mountain pose, circle. Or rather, we're going to alternately bend and straighten the knees and then come to chair pose, soft chair pose. Hands down through the heart, stand tall and step wide, 5-pointed star. So the feet face forward and then turn. One set of toes out, bend that same knee, pivot the back foot in, and we'll turn to warrior one. May want to step warrior one in a little shorter stance. Pivot, open to warrior two. So the hips turn towards the long edge of the mat. Back leg opens wider. Maybe a little deeper in the front knee. Soften the shoulders. Continue to expand the breath. Take reverse warrior, wrapping the back arm around the back. Top arm up and stretch towards the back leg. Stay bent in the front knee. Stay connected to the breath as you transition back to your wide stance, both toes forward. Shift right to the other side. Turn to warrior one. Back foot comes in, hips square towards the front leg. Arms can be up, drawing back, or hands at heart center. Expand to warrior two. Deepen your connection to the earth. Line the spine. Wrap the back arm around the back. Reach the front arm up and back. Reverse warrior. Stay strong in the back leg. Inhale to come back out. You can place the front hand on the front thigh to press tall. Back to center, hands at the heart. Heel toe the feet in a little bit and rock the hips side to side. Just like we did earlier, that rocking. And here's some big sun breaths. Wide goddess style. Sweep up. Kind of a squat down as you exhale. And take a moment to fold forward there, crossing the forearms, maybe sway side to side. And land in your wide leg forward fold. You can reach out and touch the ankles or feet. Take your time to come up slowly. Toe the feet in a bit more, and we're going to go to a balance pose. So take one block back to the first side. And you see here I'm setting the block actually a little out in front of the front leg in a soft lunge. I'm going to pop the back leg up. You can keep a little bend in the standing leg if you like. Try to float the back leg parallel to the earth, flexing the foot, toes face forward like the heart. So internally rotate the thigh bone. You're stacking the top hip over the bottom hip, top shoulder over the bottom shoulder. This is balancing half moon, and it's a big pose. Take your time to come back out and set up for your second side. You'll notice I'm always connecting to that low belly space between the pubic bone and the belly button. That's really where the posture comes from. It starts there in the base. You see here, I even get tall on the fingertips on the block. You can even lift off the block a little bit. Really practice a more balanced challenge. You can do this against a wall. Steady in the breath, steady in the gaze, looking to the earth for more stability, straight ahead for a little more challenge. Looking up is the hardest. Take your time to step out. A few more of those big, full goddess breaths. Or one. We'll turn to step to downward dog. Take some time here, pedal the legs out. Maybe round a little forward and back, fully to plank or just partway there. Slowly drop the knees to the earth. Line up in table pose. Swing the hip side to side. And a rounding of the spine back to neutral. Working with a table twist here. Plant one hand to the earth, reach the other to the sky. This is the more active part of the twist. Then a little more passive, relaxing. Thread the needle. The top arm under the grounded hand. That side of the head to the earth. Make sure the weight stays back in the hips, not on your neck. One option is to take the leg the way you're facing out to the side to deepen the twist. Hips stay right over the knees. Bring the leg in if you did take it out. Plant the hand to the earth and stretch into the twist again, reaching back to child's pose. And back to table. Round the spine. And back to neutral. Same idea. Ground the one hand, reach to the sky. And find the twist through the other arm, gently rotating through the spine, keeping this seat pointing up. Another variation, including stepping the close leg out to the side, is taking the top arm around the back. Now again, be very careful not to put weight down on your neck. So you're gently pushing your weight, the body back into the hips. Keep the jaw soft. And breathe your way back out patiently. Counter twist again, like we went in, and take the hips back almost to that child's pose, sweeping the arm back. And then both knees go wide, big toes connect, melt the heart, arms forward, forehead down, land in child's pose. Maybe you float around here a bit, expand the heart. Horses have the most big, beautiful, expansive hearts. Go ahead, take your child's pose to one side, walking the hands over, expanding the side ribs, shoulders, chest, upper back, and to the other side. Say hi to Daisy and Misty. Look how relaxed they are. Horses are always relaxed unless there is that threat, and then they get more alert. They expand their awareness, and they come back to this baseline of calm. So yoga teaches us the same thing. Go ahead and come through table, bring yourself down to your belly, to a soft cobra, and back over the knees to your seat. Up to the middle of your mat or your space. Cross one ankle over the opposite knee, and you can stretch one leg out to get there like I did. And then as far as you can, bring the other leg in and sit up tall into this hip stretch. So this is a seated pigeon. What you see here is a very deep version of it. You can keep the bottom leg extended. You don't have to reach through and grab the shin. You can even roll to your back and do this reclined. The practice teaches us to expand our awareness of the options, what our needs are. Coming out, little windshield wiper action side to side. And try the opposite hip stretch. You can stay right here, sitting tall with the hands on the earth. You can hold the knee and the foot. Make sure that foot is flexing. Or you can kind of thread the needle, bring the one arm through the space between your thighs and wrap your hands around the shin. lots of deep hip opening in this practice. The hips are the second chakra, a space that has a lot to do with the feminine energy and expanding awareness of our emotions. So coming out, rock, and then just sit up tall, extend the legs, and take a nice forward fold for a few breaths. You're gonna grab those 2 blocks. Bring one lengthwise, the other one parallel to the short edge of your mat. So like a T, but you'll leave a little space between the first and second block. You'll see here I'm bending the knees. I'm going to roll down onto the lengthwise block, and I want it between my shoulder blades as much as possible. The base of that first block just at the tip of the shoulder blades. The second block supports the head. You can add layers to that second block if that's more comfortable for your neck. Maybe a folded blanket or another flat block beneath it. And you'll see here I have a gentle back bend, so the legs can stay the knees bent, or you can stretch them out. This is a supported fish pose. It's one of those kind of uncomfortable, but you know it's doing some good work. Much like when we're at a growth edge and expanding ourselves, our learning, our minds, expanding beyond our past to create a new future for ourselves. As you're here with the heart very open, I invite you to invoke the magic of our herd here at Hope Meadows. Truly, until you experience a session facilitated with a mental health professional and with an equine specialist, and we facilitate, we create the safe space, we gently guide you to open your heart to what the horses can teach you, how they can point you to your own deep wisdom. You want to come out of the position very gently, bring the knees back in and roll to one side to get off the blocks, removing the block under your head. And then getting the one underneath the back out of the way. We'll stay on this side all the way. Curl the knees up into the heart. Curl into a little ball. Round the spine a bit to counter that back bend. And then take the top arm back and down to open into your recline twist. So typically we start on our back and then lower the knees to one side. So we just came into this pose differently. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the earth. That there's no pinching or pain along the spine. If so, come out and adjust. And find your way back to center for a moment. Feel the back flat. And we'll go to the other side in that more traditional transition. Knees to chest and float them over. And this here's how towards the end of your practice it's easier to breathe. The breath is more naturally expansive. We've literally washed away, cleared away, transcended. Layers of tension in the mind and the body and the heart. Enjoy that. Go ahead and hug the knees in, rock them out, maybe circle them around. Take your time, come back up to seated, nice and slow. Notice your before and after. No expectations, but just notice. Coming back to the heart and the belly. Sealing in the wisdom of ourselves, of the herd. Thank you to the horses, to each other and to ourselves. Namaste. Hope to see you again soon.